Today's Dilmah Tea Party is brought to you over a refreshing cup of Dilmah spiced infusions. Very good afternoon, welcome into the Dilmah Tea Party for day one of the second test, 194 for 5 India, as they'll start the third session. But I'd like to introduce my guest, a special guest here on the Dilmah Tea Party. I've been able to rope him down, hold him down, and get him to come and join me for a cup of tea. Brendon, McCullum, thanks very much for joining me.
Pleasure, Cyril.
Well, I've got you. I'm going to turn around. I was going to read it. Turn around the other way. Mango, ginger, turmeric, and black pepper.
It's not too bad, actually.
It's all right, isn't it?
It's all right, yeah.
So that will actually get through to the third session.
Thank you, mate.
Yeah.
Through this interview.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the tough one,
All right.
because when I get a chance to actually grill you. But I've just got a little bit of audio and a little visual for you to have a look at, and we'll have a chat on the back bit.
Right then, here we go. 6:21 for 6, and Brendon McCullum is on 2:98.
And everybody around standing. What a wonderful ovation. What a tremendous innings.
Stand and applaud and marvel at the determination, the skill, the application of New Zealand's captain. What an innings it's been. New Zealand finally has someone in the 300 club. It's taken a long time, but Smithy, it's been worth the wait.
Oh, it has. It has. Just unbelievable, Matt. You know him so well. He's been around the scene for so long. And what he's achieved in this series alone is quite spectacular. But look at the people, look at the joy. Oh, and he's edged it. Can you believe it? He's gone. He's gone. McCullum goes for 302. In a weird sort of a way, he deserves to walk off by himself. He deserves this walk. We'll sit back in silence and take it with him.
Yeah, a very special moment in New Zealand cricketing history. You've seen that before? You watched it?
I haven't seen that, no, not that that kind of footage, so it's pretty cool actually to be able to I guess witness that and see also the emotion that sort of brought for the likes of Smitty and that as well. It's pretty cool.
It was a really special day. It's probably my favourite day of international sport, just because the whole thing around it. Your memory when you arrived at the ground, because it was probably different than you imagined it was going to be, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I guess for us it was just a matter of trying to get ourselves out of a bit of a hole the days leading into it, and then I probably didn't realise the significance of 300 until I flipped on the TV that last morning, and Martin Crowe was talking, the late great Martin Crowe, was talking about what it would mean for someone to break that 300 barrier. So then I started getting nervous, of course. But yeah, it was pretty cool. It's just like you said, times like that they change your life as a cricketer as well. To be able to achieve something as special as that, probably not so much for myself, but more for those who have played for New Zealand before and those who support the New Zealand side.
Does it change you, like, I mean, you get a chance to reflect now and actually sit back and look at your career in those moments? We live it, we're there with you, but you know, we celebrate it. But have you get a chance now to reflect on that and actually what it really means to you?
Yeah, I probably have. Just been out of the game now for a couple of years. You sort of sit back. When you're in it, you kind of you try and get up the next day and go again and just try and get a score, try and sort of make sure that you're able to get a performance. And then now you can look back a few years on and be proud of some of the stuff you're able to achieve. You had some bad days too, but yeah, had some pretty good days along the way. And yeah, it's nice to be able to look back and enjoy some of those memories now.
Do you remember the walk-off, the standing ovation you got, and then what did you do after that when you sat down? Was it just a case of fuel?
Yeah, I was a bit tired.
Yeah, I think you would have been 8 coffees, didn't you? Because we saw someone, we were working out whether you were going to declare or not, and one of the guys went for a coffee run. We thought, well, Brendan's got to get some energy up, so they're not declaring anytime soon.
Look, the one thing I do remember is that the applause just went on and on and on and on. It was quite humbling actually to see how much it meant to everyone that was there. It was a full house in the basin sort of midweek, and it was really humbling to be able to see how much it meant for everyone else and that applause. So I remember that more so than the walk-off. The walk-off was just kind of, it's all over now.
Well, fast forward, I mean, we've got so many things we could go over, but this ground here has held special memories for you. You played the first test match here, you played the World Cup game here. I think you got 190, was it 6 or something, give or take, against Sri Lanka, but I'm going to take you to the very last test, your 101st one. And we've got some audio with a visual of you playing the fastest test match 100. You went out in Brendon McCullum style, getting the fastest 100 in the history of the game. What are your memories? I mean, what's this like looking at back, first of all, to Australians ready to shake your hand and away you go?
Again, probably humbling. I keep using the same words, but that's exactly what it was. I think Ross Taylor said the other day when we were celebrating his 100th that he just, he thought it was great to play one test, go on and play 100. It was the same for me. It was never really knew what you were going to be able to achieve in your career, but sort of this day, I remember watching Kane Williamson, who I think's got the best defensive technique in the world, and he was 7 off about 70 balls, and he was struggling to defend on this wicket, so I turned around to BJ Watling actually in the change room before I batted. I said I was going one way. I'm going to try and play in the fashion that gave me the most amount of enjoyment as a kid, and it was one of those days where things came off, I guess. And
pretty cool list there, and you see yourself at the top.
Well, it is too, because Viv Richards was one of my idols growing up, one of my absolute heroes. I loved watching Viv, everything that he stood for and the way he played the game. And after that innings, I got a phone call from Sir Viv Richards saying that if there was anyone that he ever wanted to beat the record, then it was me, which was pretty amazing too, for him to take the time, but also for me to be able to get that special moment from him.
Was that last part of your career? I mean, you picked up, I think, 3 double hundreds and a triple hundred. But I mean, they weren't all blazing hundreds. You had to work hard. But that last part of your career, was that the most enjoyable? Because I used to hear you use the word authentic. That was actually you playing how you wanted to play.
Yeah, I think that's fair. So I think early in your career, you're always just trying to scrap to get a performance and try and work out what's your best method for success at the level. And if you play long enough, then you sort of get back to how you like to see the game played. And I was lucky enough that I was captain as well, so you were able to try and really send a real strong message that you wanted to play positive and aggressive cricket. But I had many bad days too, so it was what gave me the most amount of satisfaction, and also gave me the best chance. I was never a great technician or had a great, I guess, defensive game, so I had to rely on my attacking game to be able to try and put some pressure back on the bowlers at times. And when it went your way, it was fun to play, and I hope it was fun to watch. But yes, so it's pretty cool looking back now and seeing that you've been able to achieve some of these things.
Yeah, what do you think about when you look back now? What are your memories? What gives you the satisfaction that not only statistically, but gives you the feeling yes, I really enjoyed that?
Well, I think you used the word before, authentic, and I think that's when I finished my career, I was able to finish it in a manner that gave me the most amount of satisfaction and was how I like to see the game played as a kid. So to be able to play long enough to go through that was great. And I'm a team sport guy, so I always loved being around the guys in the dressing room, and successful failure, you're in it together, and you're sort of really just trying to find a way to get the most out of one another. And I love that, and that's what I miss probably the most about things, is being in the trenches, I guess, with, not to dramatise it too much, but with the other guys, whether it's a good day or a bad day. And it's not so much the runs or the wickets or anything like that, but it's just those times where you're able to garner a performance with your mates.
Well, you've got that opportunity now because you're leading Kolkata Knight Riders in the IPL. You're also coaching the Caribbean League, so a chance to be sitting at the top and I suppose influencing guys again, but still in a different role.
Yeah, I hope so, and that's going to be a new challenge too. I don't know if I'm going to be any good at it, but I know that I'll certainly try and approach it similar to how I did the back end of my career, and that's just try and be authentic and try and give the guys the most amount of freedom to go there and try and not only get performances for themselves and the team, but also to try and enjoy the game for what they want out of it too. So hopefully, we had a bit of success there, but it's a good challenge in front.
Okay, well, we've got a competition here on the Dilmah Tea Party. We've only got 5 left when it comes to this time of the year. We're spicing up some. You can win a Dilmah tea at first 11 pack. There are 11 packs to be won across the Test match series. The New Zealand Black Caps taking on India, and each prize pack is valued at $65 to get into win. Well, Brendon, you can thank you very much for joining me. You get your wee Dilmah gift pack. Appreciate your time. We've loved, obviously, every opportunity we've got a chance to watch you play and also having you in the commentary box.
Thank you, Craig.
Very nice. Very good. Brendon McCullum done here on day 1 of the Dilmah Tea Party. India will continue on 194 for 5 punt. We'll be joining Pujara, and we'll look forward to that third session.